Hello, this is the Jayman Show. I'm your host, Jaiye, aka the Jayman Bynoe. Even on the Jayman Show, which is WBC 2.9 FM, Boston's local community radio station, the best station in the world. My guest today is artist Such. Hi, Such. Good to see you on the show today. How are you?
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure. So just to talk to you on. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the music business as a singer?
Yeah, for sure. Well, up until January of 2012, I was actually a nurse.
Oh.
I mean, sometimes life happens and I'll tell you that whole story, but I grew up in church. My dad's a pastor, so I grew up singing. I mean, singing has always been like something that I've done. I just never thought that it could actually be like an actual career.
Oh.
Until when I was 15, I auditioned for a group called the Grammy High School Jazz Ensembles. And I made it in. And basically it was a 10-day all expenses paid trip to LA where I got to perform with the jazz choir in different jazz clubs all over LA, perform at the Grammy nominee party, record a whole album. And then we got to go to the Grammys. And I think that was the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I could do this. But never thought of it as like a viable career. And I ended up doing a whole PowerPoint presentation for my parents as to why I needed to go to a performing arts high school. And they were like, no, just because, I think that we didn't know anybody that were performers or entertainers. I mean, the careers that I saw that were an example for me were, lawyers, doctors, teachers, those sort of things. And so I like to say that I took the scenic route to becoming a musician. So I got my first degree in exercise science, pre-physical therapy, then my second degree in nursing. And I'm Haitian American, so my parents immigrated here from Haiti. Oh. And when the earthquake hit Haiti in 2010, that was a really big catalyst for me to realize that like life was short. I went down there as a nurse right after the earthquake and just experienced all of the loss of life and devastation and everything. And as cheesy as it may sound with the whole life is short thing, it really was. It hit me because I believe that when tragedy strikes, there's just so much clarity that you can get from that. Yeah. And one of the things that I realized from that tragedy was music had always been my love and my passion, and that I needed to figure out how to phase out nursing and up performing and singing. And so after that, I auditioned for American Idol. When I came back, I made top 63. And then after American Idol was when I was like, okay, that's it. I quit my nursing job, recorded my whole first album in my basement, and was like, I'm not looking back. And so, yeah, the rest was history.
Oh, that's amazing. That's just a blessing after you, because I think I saw you on American Idol. I was like, wow, this girl's gonna go far. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So what is your music? What is your music about? Actually, your songs.
I mean, I really write a lot from experience or from things that I've definitely felt. I'm also definitely like an ear hustler. So conversations, things that are going on in the world, all of those things are musical influences. Love, life, the pursuit of happiness, and also, social injustice, Black beauty. I mean, there's just so much that I write about, but it usually comes from a place of experience.
Oh wow, that's wonderful to hear. Yeah. So I guess my next question is, what advice can you give artists that want to be the next Such? What advice can you give?
I would say that a lot of times, people act like there's a formula as far as like how you do what you do. And there is no formula. And I would say to definitely enjoy the journey. A lot of times we are like, oh, I'll be happy when I get this accolade or this award or when this happens, when really everything is always about the journey. Because I imagine that if I like woke up one day and had won like 10 Grammys and couldn't remember how I got there, that would be devastating. So it's always about the journey. So enjoy the journey. Know that there is only one you. And only you can bring what you bring to the music industry. And so enjoy that and forge your own path.
I guess that's true. Yeah. So what is it like to be famous, to be a famous singer now? I mean, is it?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know if I would call myself famous there, but I would say that it's been truly a blessing for me to be able to do what I love, and for it to open up so many doors for me in ways that I couldn't even begin to know. You know, music has brought me to acting, and so I also do musical theater, and I do commercials and all these different things. I've been able to travel and, you know, travel to Europe, and I've gone to Colombia and just different places. And there's something really magical about, you know, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you know, music is a universal language, but I really do believe that it is, because there have been times where I've performed in places where we don't speak the same language, and yet I have never felt so connected to people. So just being able to do that has been a blessing and so wonderful. It really, really has. I've enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. I mean, yeah. So, so have you got to meet any famous stars now that you're in the business?
Yeah. Well, do you know who PJ Morton is?
I think I've heard of him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a R&B soul singer. Right before the pandemic hit, I actually toured with him in Europe. I was his opening act, and that was super phenomenal to experience. I also performed with Robert Glasper, he's awesome. He's such a fun, wonderful person. Who else have I met? I've met Stevie Wonder. Also, I opened up for Shaka Khan, Michael McDonald. All of these experiences have been really wonderful. These experiences have been wonderful. So I can't even, it's been really great to just meet people for real and to be able to talk to them and hear about their journey and, you know, understand that like we're all people. And so that's been really awesome.
I can definitely imagine. Wow. So how did the pandemic affect your career when it was shut down? Was that a big change for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm thankful that I was still able to do, you know, virtual shows. I was able to do a lot of festivals. They were still virtual. I was still able to perform for different corporate events and those sort of things. But I'm very much a live performer. So I feed off of the energy and the synergy of an audience. And so I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. It was hard. It was hard to be able to, I don't think I realized just how important an audience is. You know what I mean? Like, and the energy that they give you and the magic that exists when you perform live. So I felt like it was a little bit of a drought. I was still happy to be able to perform, and to still at least like put out that energy, you know, into the universe. But yeah, it was definitely also a time to reflect. I think, you know, like a lot of people have said, they were going, you know, full steam ahead. They weren't taking breaks. They didn't have time to think. And I think what the pandemic afforded me was time to sit and think and just sort of like replenish. Because as an artist, you know, we give a lot, but we have to be like, there has to be something to give. So we have to be poured into also. And I think that what has happened during the pandemic was that I had that time to really think about, how do I want to show up in the world when this, you know, when we do go back into the world, and how do I want, you know, what is that going to look like? And how do I want to show up? And what kind of person do I want to be? And how does that affect my music? So it was a time of reflection. And it was a time of really spending time with family and being able to enjoy those moments and to be able to really sit with yourself.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that, you know, yeah. So are you working on any new music now? Any songs coming out now?
Yeah, so my latest single, All I Want, is, which I also have a music video for. All I Want is the second single off of my Wide Nose Full Lips album. That's my latest album. And All I Want has a music video. It's also charting really well right now, which is so exciting. It's currently number 21 on the Billboard charts. So that's super exciting. And it was actually, what was really cool about it was that I actually saw the music video during the lockdown sort of period. And so that was a cool experience because the music video was shot with like a skeleton crew, and we got it done, and I am so proud of it. So yeah, All I Want is my latest single, and it's doing really well. I'll be working on another music video soon for the next single when that comes out. And so, you know, I'm always writing and stuff. So yeah.
That sounds good. And are you going to be doing any tours soon? Any touring?
Yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, which I'm so excited about, to be able to start traveling again to perform, as I've missed it so much. I'm actually going to be going to City Winery Boston. Yes. Coming up on August 14th. So I'm coming to you, Boston, August 14th at City Winery. We're going to have a blast. My band is so much fun. We love performing, and I would just say, come on out. It's going to be great. And then also I'll be in Chicago on September 2nd. I'm also going to be doing Soul Fest Cancun, and there are more things coming up. But if you just go to my website, iamsuch.com, also follow me on Instagram at iamsuch, you will find all the information, and you'll be able to join my journey and see what's coming up.
That sounds wonderful, because I'm in Boston, so I'll be coming to the show in Boston. So I'm in Boston.
Yes.
So I'll get to meet you in person, you know.
Yes, that'll be awesome. I cannot wait to meet you in person.
Well, it'll be a blessing to actually meet you face to face, you know. And are you going to be doing a meet after the show? Meet so we can meet you?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm there. I'll make sure I'm there so we can talk, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what else do you like to do when you're not working on tour? What do you like to do for fun and travel?
What do I like to do for fun? So I definitely love to read. I love to write, journal. I love like home improvement shows. So like HGTV is like one of my favorite things. I enjoy doing DIY projects. Those are really fun. It's like another creative outlet. You know what I mean? And I also enjoy like working out. I do yoga. And I enjoy like high intensity interval training. So like kickboxing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, this sounds wonderful. So I guess my next question is what inspires you? What gives you inspiration and creativity?
What inspires my creativity? Oh my goodness, so many things. You know, I live in Denver, Colorado, so I would say like Denver is really beautiful, and the mountains are not too far away. I definitely think nature inspires me, but also so many things. I feel like living is my inspiration. So the more I'm able to just soak up everyday life, normal things, the news, what's going on, current events, social justice, conversations. There are so many times in which I've had like conversations, and that's inspired things. Also, you know, sometimes what I feel like I get inspired, or there have been times where I've written songs in my dreams. And it's not like, you know, I'm dreaming and in the dream I'm writing a song, but it's usually like the dream will be happening and I'll hear music like on the radio, but it's not a song that actually exists. Or I'll go to a concert in my dream and listen to an artist, but it's not a song that actually exists. Like, so it's those sort of things. And I think really what I try to do is just, I feel like songs are already there and I just have to tune myself to the right frequency so I can just catch it. That's what it feels like. So yeah, I think living is my inspiration because it literally can come from anywhere.
That sounds, I definitely agree with you. I definitely do. So what do you think we can do to change the world, in your opinion, to make the world better for the next generation?
Yeah, things that we can do to change the world. Oh my goodness, I really believe that one of the best things we can do that I think would make the world a much better place is to work on ourselves, to really be comfortable in our skins and to love ourselves. Like, because I feel like there are so many things that bubble up, you know what I mean? And what we're seeing is the symptoms and not the actual root cause. And I feel like a lot of times, you know, people that are super judgmental or just a whole bunch of like negative things has to do with insecurities within themselves, not believing that they're worthy, not believing that, you know, just not trusting themselves, not loving themselves to the fullest for a myriad of reasons. But I think that if each person really individually did the work and showed up for themselves, then it makes it so much easier for you to show up for other people. How can you show up for others if you've never even shown up for yourself? So I think that because we're so connected, that one of the best ways that we can make the world a better place is to really take care of ourselves, honestly.
Yeah, I guess I definitely agree, you know. I mean, yeah. So how the George Floyd affect you? How did you know that affect you, and Mason? How does this all affecting you as a singer? I mean, it's kind of.
I mean, in so many ways. I mean, I know that a lot of times people are like, oh, you're a singer, you're an entertainer. I'm a human first. So of course it affects me. I think that, there were so many things that I think came to light, not for Black people, because we've known that these things have been happening, but I think just for the whole world to see, in a lot of ways that were positive. And I think that the job of an artist is to be able to, is to hold people accountable and to also be their conscience in a lot of ways. Does that make sense? Like remind them of things and be like, this is the standard that we should be living at. And it's been a beautiful time, I think, in the aftermath. And then there's a lot of work that still has to be done. And I feel like it's definitely an artist's duty to signal those times and to definitely bring those issues to the forefront.
I definitely agree. I really do. So what would you be if you want to sing it? What do you think you might be if you want to sing or an actress?
Well, I was a nurse before, and I really believe that everything that I loved about nursing, I've been able to do with music. I loved being able to build rapport with people. I love taking care of people. And I feel like with music, I've done the same thing, built rapport with people. I take care of people. I'm able to, and I take it as like a sacred duty of being able to take emotions, put them to song, your emotions, and put them to song. And that's such an honor. In my head, sometimes I think that like maybe in another life I was a dancer. I'm not a dancer, by the way, but I feel every now and then I feel like this otherworldly thing where I was like, maybe I was a dancer before. I also, because I love HGTV, in my head, maybe I could be like an interior designer or like buy homes, like buy fixer uppers and then flip them and sell them. Like that just seems really fun. One thing that I like to do, I like to look at real estate. I don't want to be a realtor. I would just like to be something called like a matchmaker of homes. So like I match make somebody to like their dream home, but then I don't want to do all that extra. That's where my job ends. Like I don't want to do all the realtor stuff. I just want to be like a home matchmaker.
I hear you. Would you ever consider running for president of the United States?
No. No, I think that is a special calling, and that is not a calling that I have. That's a tough job.
It is. It can be a tough job.
Yeah, with no reprieve.
Yeah. So what's next for you? I mean, any plans for the rest of the summertime? Fall?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm going to be performing a lot. I have, performances coming up, which is going to be great. I'll probably be shooting a music video in the fall. I'm excited about that. And there'll probably be new music in, the first or second quarter of next year. So good things coming up. Any
TV shows or movies coming out that you're going to be in?
Sorry, say that again?
Any more TV shows or movies that you're going to be in?
Not that I know of. I mean, things could change. That's why we got to stay in touch and check in with each other. But as of now, no, there aren't.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. And okay, so do you want to ask you some questions now? Anything me?
Oh yeah. So, what's your background?
Well, right now, I just graduated from college.
Congratulations.
My first degree in liberal arts. Thank you. I'm actually saying thank you after I've been in some films for like what's real second happened with my lawns. Here Comes a Boomer Coming James, and I'm in Boston casting as an actor myself.
Yeah.
I got a podcast show to be in Boston Neighborhood Network, and it's been going great. I met some stars like Ashanti Maya, Shanti Moore.
Nice.
Yeah. Matthew knows from the Destiny's Child was going great. So yeah, and I've got to meet some wonderful people doing my show. I'm hoping I can maybe be have my show go syndicated. Maybe record an album. I got some songs out. You know, if you want to check them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can sit down and talk to in Boston about it. So yeah, and
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, and I'm also trying to, you know, I guess, you know, just trying, you know, figure out my next journey and whether it's acting and singing. Yeah, and I've been to since I was a kid, so it's been like a dream come true, you know. So
yeah,
I'm trying to honor my mom's legacy, you know. So.
That's really, really cool. How do you feel like the pandemic has affected you, and what are your, let's say, your two biggest takeaways? I mean, we're still in the pandemic, it's not over, but what do you feel like has been two really huge life lessons for you while being in this pandemic?
Well, I think I realized, you know, that having everything shut down was really affecting me because I wasn't able to meet people, you know, in person to do interviews. So I had to, and plus I had to go to school online. It was really, because it was a challenge, you know, for you to have to wear a mask before I go out, you know. You can't just you can't really touch people right now because you're afraid you may have the virus. So
for sure.
I decided to get vaccinated twice, and I got sick. Also, kind of scary too, of being vaccinated. You know, for like I could fly to Florida, and just, you know, try to finish school on Zoom online and trying to do my podcast online. It was definitely a big, you know, a big change. But I think the best part was I realized how the pressure life is. So when it's over, trying to take that for granted, you know, because just come back, right? It's not over. So this class, you know, because this class forever, right? You know, when it's over now. So I realized, you know, to try and charge life, you know, and treat people the way you want to be treated, like, you know, respect, you know, and just to make sure you get your education, do everything right, because, you know, because it makes you think, you know, this is definitely a challenge out there right now. So you want to try and live life better, and because people are dying for this right now, so make sure that you live every day like it's your last. And be blessed I'm here talking to you right now because I could be gone tomorrow, so you never know, right? You know, this is not over, you know, this is major serious, you know, so it makes you cherish life, you know, appreciate the people that you have, and surround some good people, and just be kind of one another, you know, and realize that we're here for each other, you know, because this may not be over. So, and this was definitely a big change for me, you know, since this pandemic, you know. But I think the best part is that I realized to be less selfish and be a better person, because, you know, because after what happened to my mom, she passed away. I realized, you know, hey, I gotta, you know, be a man and do what's right, you know, so I can role model for people of all ages, you know. So that's why
that's so true. That is very, very true. And I think my last question for you is, who is your favorite singer and why?
Okay, I'll say okay. First, I'll say I'll probably say Michael Jackson first, because he was pop, and he made some initial song called "Man in the Mirror." I love that mirror, so I just, you know, sort of inspires me to, you know, to treat people with respect and change the world, you know. So, and my next thing will probably be Beyonce, because she's very down to earth, and I met her in Boston. She's so nice to me, you know. So
yeah, Beyonce's amazing. Yeah, as is Michael Jackson. I mean, those are two icons for sure. Yeah.
I also include kind of Babyface, because he's a Babyface, you know. Because I'd love to meet him someday, you know. So
yeah, for sure. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, thank you so much for interviewing me.
Well, this is honest to meet you, you know. And one more question: how can we get in touch with you if you want to find you? How can we get in touch?
Absolutely. So my website is iamsuch.com. So iamsuch.com. Go ahead and please join my touring calendar so that I could let everybody know where I'm going to be and we can stay in touch. You can definitely find me on Instagram. I'm super active, and if you reach out to me, I will respond. My Instagram is at iamsuch, IAMSUCH. And you can find me on Facebook. Just search for I Am Such. And on Twitter, it's at Such. But I'm super responsive, and I'm so thankful for this opportunity, and I just can't wait for everybody to join my journey. So thank you again so much for having me.
God bless you. I'll see you in Boston. So please, if you can, try and check out Sasha in Boston on August 14th, Saturday, August
14th at City Winery.
I will definitely be there. You know, I'll give my ticket tonight so I can meet you and talk to you in person. It's such an honor.
Awesome.
We'll be in touch soon if I'll see you in Boston. God bless
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much.
you. I'll see you soon next week. Have a wonderful night.
All right, you too.
Thanks.